Hello, this is Home of Politics. Welcome so much. Thank you for tuning in. For those who are sticking with me in supporting this channel, I appreciate so much. Thank you so much for staying loyal and locked in here. My good people, we were hearing about the Limuru 3. It came to pass, and immediately after that event, we have had so many issues in Mount Kenya region. And so, what is the problem with the leaders of Mount Kenya region? May it be in opposition, in government, they are just colliding with each other every time. And today, we shall dip into the reasons that are making these leaders to become or to behave in such a manner. And so after the Limuru 3 meeting that passed, the Mount Kenya leaders have been having bitter claims. These are the leaders who are within the UDA and others which are in the opposition, but more especially those are in the UDA. They are the people who have been complaining so bitterly, claiming that there is a bad blood between the president and the deputy president because of inviting other people or other leaders from the Rift, whether it is from the Rift Valley, North Rift, or South Rift. These are the leaders who have been welcomed in the government, and these leaders of Mount Kenya feel like they are taking the advantage of the relationship or the closeness between them and the president to disunite President William Samoei Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. I do not know why they have this feeling, because the president himself said with his mouth that he will never subject his deputy into intimidation, into neglection, and other things that he went through during his second term as the deputy president in the former regime. But this is just something that has come up after the Limuru 3. And so it is true that maybe they are just suspicious of other leaders in the government being close to the president. But the fact of the matter, the issues of Mount Kenya are caused by the leaders of Mount Kenya themselves, and they are themselves who can bring the solution of these problems. And so the issues to do with intimidation and disunity in the government, that is something that Rigathi Gachagua himself has denied, has dismissed, and he says they are good with his boss and they are working together. There's nothing like disunity in the government. This is just by suspicions among his other leaders. And so since we know where the fact is, we are seeing some of the leaders like Governor Kahiga, who is very bitter about the other leaders from the Rift Valley region. The likes of, I don't know, Mudavadi, Wetangula. We also have Farouk Kibet. These are the leaders who are being suspected that they are bringing disunion between the president and the deputy president, leading to the intimidation of the deputy president.
We will not allow our son to go through that at all. Kama mbaya, kama mbaya, kama mbaya, but he will not be taken through that. Hatutaruhusu. He will not be taken through that. Hakupewa kiti na mtu, aling'ang'ania. Na hicho kiti, kura tulizozipiga ndizo zilimpa deputy president. And he is not a deputy president by default. Ni mpango wetu na yeye ndiye ameshikilia mlima. So, ningetaka nitangaze nikiwa hapa kwa kanisa. Madharau yoyote kwa Rigathi Gachagua ni madharau ya mlima. Kweli uongo? Kudhihakiwa ni mlima unadhihakiwa. Kweli uongo?
My good people, the disunity in the mountain, or the problems that are being experienced by the Mount Kenya community in leadership, it's being brought by the leaders of the mountain themselves because of different interests. And so, what are these reasons that are bringing in issues to do with insecurity, to do with disunity, to do with competition in Mount Kenya region, yet we are just in the new government and the 5 years are not over? The reason number one, my fellow Kenyans, is that there is a very tough supremacy fight in Mount Kenya region. This supremacy fight is between the leader who was there as the president before and this deputy president. And so the former president Uhuru Kenyatta, who is still a spokesperson in Mount Kenya region, who is still the kingpin of Mount Kenya region, is having a lot of influence on the politics of Mount Kenya region, more especially to do with on the side of opposition than on the side of the government, because he does not support the leadership of the day. And right now we see the deputy president, this is Rigathi Gachagua, who is also from the Mount Kenya region, is having less support from the community. This is because he has not been endorsed by Uhuru Kenyatta. And so when he was sworn in as the deputy president, maybe Rigathi Gachagua just thought, being the second in command or the senior-most leader from Mount Kenya, it will be easy for him to just give out commands to the people of Mount Kenya community. They listen to him, do what he wants, and thereafter being given the community kingship. But it was different because the former leader had not endorsed Rigathi Gachagua. The second thing is that he's having internal conflict with these leaders who are pulling towards the opposition or who are opposing the government of the day. And so supremacy fight is one of the reasons that is bringing a lot of conflict in Mount Kenya, within the people of Mount Kenya themselves. And we cannot assume that there are some leaders outside Mount Kenya, just like the way they suspect that people from the Rift Valley are the people who are bringing in disunity. How does the issues of Mount Kenya concern the leaders of the Rift Valley or the Western region? This is very different event happening here, and so Mount Kenya leaders themselves got their own problem. Another reason we see is the issue to do with taxation. My good people, the other day we saw MPs passed the Finance Act. The majority of the MPs are from the Kenya Kwanza. We know a good number of MPs of UDA come from Mount Kenya. And so taxation here that was passed, that one which included the avocado taxation, is what pained this Mount Kenya community so much. This is because they felt like their own leaders, their own MPs whom they elected, cannot even defend them, since they are avocado farmers and they are the large scale farmers who export a lot of avocado outside Kenya. And so they felt like this law has been passed which is going to intimidate their own people, but they were just quiet and did not defend them. Example of MPs like Mary Wamahua said that she just voted yes, and she had not read the whole document. The document was too huge for her to read and understand. The same thing applied to even the deputy president. When he went to meet his people, they questioned him about the taxation on avocado. He said, true, the tax is very harsh. He will talk to the number one, this one is the president, so that they can reconsider. This means that these leaders in the government from Mount Kenya themselves, they failed to defend their people, or they failed to vote wisely on the Finance Act. And so this taxation is one of the things that has made the Mount Kenya leadership face a lot of controversy, because these people don't understand if they are in the government or not, since their leaders themselves are the people who are not defending the community, but they vote for the bills that are hurting their own people. And so the issue to do with taxation is another problem with the Mount Kenya people, and that's why Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is having a lot of issues of acceptance and receiving support from other leaders from his own region. My good people, that one is not a simple thing, but it will take time maybe for him to be accepted by the community. But maybe if he works his best maybe to convince these people about other things and at least favor the community the way they feel like. And so another reason, which is not the last one, we have been having a lot of competition maybe to do with politics, performance, development in different regions. And so we saw the other time the issue of replacement coming in. And so, what is this replacement that Deputy President is fearing? The fear of replacement. My good people, here's the clip.
Na tuache mambo mingi, siasa mingi ya kutafuta viti. Hii viti inapeanwa na Mungu. Ngoja wakati wako, Mungu atakupatia ile amekupangia. It's God who gives leadership. Pana sumbuka sana, pana lala. Sasa tuko 2024. Wengine ati wanapanga 2032. Nani anajua kama utakuwa uhai? Yeah, I mean, surely, good people, let's work for the people. We have just come from an election. Si tumetoka uchaguzi juzi? Sasa hii maneno ati nani atakuwa hii, sijui nani, sijui tupange nini. Sasa what is all that? And these positions, utulie tu. Mungu atakupatia ile amekupangia.
From what you just heard, the Deputy President is talking about the 2032 or 2027 politics. This is because he is afraid and he has heard some rumors that he might be replaced from the deputy seat by his own people. The first person being Anne Waiguru. She's a governor. At the same time, she's the leader of the Council of Governors. The second person here being Ndindi Nyoro. And the reason why the Deputy President is very afraid with the issue of replacement or the fear of replacement that is in himself is because he's feeling like these leaders are in his own umbrella, but they are outdoing him or competing him. The other day we saw when Ndindi Nyoro was being applauded by people so much on social media when he was bringing in development issues to do with CDF projects in his own constituencies. People started praising him that even he can be given that seat of the presidency come 2032. This did not go well with Rigathi Gachagua. Same to this Anne Waiguru is one of the leaders who are very powerful in their own territories, and she has a lot of influence on Mount Kenya politics. And so these rumors or suspicions can come true, maybe according to how Rigathi Gachagua himself is thinking, that if he is lacking support from Mount Kenya, yet he has these two leaders like Anne Waiguru and Ndindi Nyoro, then the president himself might shortchange him with somebody like Anne Waiguru because she's also strong in Mount Kenya and she's having influence. And so the fear of replacement is another problem causing conflict in Mount Kenya.